Okay, a great day to one and all, and welcome to the discussion of the pre-board for September 2023 licensure examination for teachers for mathematics majors. So last time I gave you the PDF copy of the presentation. I mean the PDF copy of the exam of the pre-board, of the pre-test, I mean, or diagnostic test. We have discussed items 1 to 40, and it's high time that we discuss items 41 to 60 now. So be reminded of our directions. Write the letter of the correct answer before the number. If the correct answer is not found among the choices, write E. For your case, however, since you have the answer sheets, so you are going to shade the letter of your choice. So, okay. I hope ready na po tayo. And let's discuss item number 41. What do you call sets that have the same cardinality? Is it equal, equivalent, empty, or singleton? Please comment your answer in our GC po. In our chat, I mean. Okay, sabi ni Sir Chad, P daw. Okay, and of all the people who commented, all of you answered letter B, which is equivalent set. Now, refresh po natin. Kapag sinabi po kasing equal sets mean that you have two or more sets that have the same elements and cardinality. So when we say elements, yung members ng set po niya, at saka when we speak about cardinality, it refers to the number of elements a particular set has. So equal sets have the same elements and cardinality. The correct answer here is actually equivalent sets. That is, they have the same cardinality only, but not necessarily the same elements. So we call these sets equivalent. Kapag sinabi naman po nating empty set, it is a set with no element or a set with a cardinality of 0. And lastly, when we say singleton, it is a set with exactly one element. So if you answered B, great start. Okay. 41. Which of the following statements is or are true? Statement 1, all equivalent sets are equal sets. Statement 2, all equal sets are equivalent sets. Is it A, 1 only, B, 2 only, C, both 1 and 2, or D, neither 1 nor 2? Okay. So far, for 42, may sumagot ng A. Meron din pong mangilang-ngilang sumagot ng B, so 42. So, saan kaya dito yung tama? Okay, discuss po natin. Remember po natin na when we say all equivalent sets are equal sets, mali po ito. Bakit mali po? It's possible po kasi that two sets have the same cardinality, meaning equivalent sila, pero magkaiba yung elements nila. So, hindi sila equal. Halimbawa, yung isang set, yung elements niya 1, 2, 3. Yung isang set naman, elements niya A, B, C. So you see, pareha silang equivalent silang dalawa kasi meron silang tatlong elements, tatlong elements, but they are not equal because their elements are different. So all equivalent sets are equal sets is actually wrong. All equal sets are equivalent sets, that is actually true. Kasi kapag equal sets sila, it's understood that they have the same cardinality as well. That's why letter B, 2 only, is correct. Tandaan po natin yan, ha? All equivalent sets are equal sets is wrong, pero all equal are equivalent po. I hope na nakuha po natin. Salamat po. 42B. Next number. What kind of set is A? Equals the set of all x. This is read as such as x is an integer between 8 and 9. Is it A, singleton, B, infinite, C, subset, or D, null? I hope na hindi po tayo na-confuse. Sa ibang books po kasi, they use colon for such as. Some books use the vertical segment, no? Sige. Pero they are both read as such as po. All right, let's see. Wow. Marami po sa atin ang sumagot ng D. Okay. Yung tanong, di ba wala namang integer between 8 and 9? That's why we could actually represent A with these two braces without any element. And this tells us that there's no element, that A has no element. And if a set has no element inside it, then we call it an empty set or a null set. Hence, letter D is the correct answer. Okay. And before we proceed with the next number, please be reminded again that as much as possible, we should get at least 10 out of 20 in order to be considered passed. 44. What kind of set is B equals the set of all x such that x is a real number between 8 and 9? Is it A, singleton, B, infinite, C, subset, or D, null? Sige nga po. Tingnan po natin. Wow. So far, to everyone who commented, B po yung sagot natin. Okay. If you don't mind po, why do you think B, Sir Chad?
Because we can actually segment fractions between the number 8 and 9, for example, 8.1, 8.001, etc., such that it will converge still to a real number, but not necessarily going outside the interval 8 to 9, sir.
Exactly. And not only rational numbers. We have infinite number of rational numbers and irrational numbers between 8 and 9. That is why we could see that B is an infinite set. Letter B. So to everyone who answered B, wow, great job. I hope na nakuha po natin. Kung integer po, so wala. So null set yan. Pero if we are talking about real numbers, there are infinite number of real numbers between 8 and 9. So infinite set po talaga yan. B. 45. Which of the following statements best describes A union B? These are elements that A are common to both A and B, B found in A but not in B, C neither in A nor in B, or letter D in either of A or B. For 45. Okay, please comment po your answer. Okay, may sumagot ng A, both A and B. Meron din namang sumagot ng D, in either of A or B. Okay. Hati po yata tayo ah. Yung iba sa atin A, yung iba sa atin D ang sagot. Pero kapag sinabi po nating union, if we say A union B, it is actually the set of all x such that x is in A or in B. In other words po, yung element na yon pwedeng sa A lang makikita. Pwedeng sa B lang siya makikita. Pwede ring both A and B siya makikita. So in either of A or B, letter D. Okay, be careful po tayo. Be careful po. Yung letter A po, kapag sinabi nating common to both A and B, intersection po yan. Ito pong symbol na to, union. Yung intersection po, kabaliktaran nito. So be careful po. So D po talaga. It's union is either or. I hope na nakuha po natin. It's okay kung mali man po yung sagot natin. Yung mahalaga po, natututo po tayo. 46. It's a way of naming sets by listing all the elements of that set. Is it A, roster method, B, set builder notation, C, calligraphic method, or D, reduction method? Okay. I think many of us are convinced sa letter A na sagot. And if you answered A, you are actually correct. In fact, some books or some authors referred roster method is also called listing method, wherein you write all of the elements of that set sa loob ng braces. Kapag sinabi naman po nating set builder notation, you are actually utilizing a rule, no? Yung mga sets kanina na sa example na may such that, for example, the set of all x such that x is between 8 and 9, set builder notation po yung tawag doon. And so the correct answer here is letter A, indeed. Congratulations. 47. Consider the universal set U with all the natural numbers from 1 to 10, with subsets A with elements 1, 2, 3, B with elements 3, 4, 5, C with 1, 4, 9, and D with 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. What is A union B? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay. Wow, marami pong sumagot ng D. Okay, ano po yung pagkakaintindi ninyo, no? Ano pong gagawin natin kapag kinukuha natin yung union nila? Ma'am Joylyn, okay lang po? Ma'am Joylyn Gubantes?
Yes po, sir. Pag
Yes po.
union
Ano pong ginagawa
is
natin kung union?
yung lahat ng mga element po na nakikita natin sa A at saka sa B, sir, ililista po lahat yon.
How about kung meron pong duplication, ma'am? Halimbawa,
Pag may
merong element
duplication
na
po is only one pa din po ang ilalagay, sir, kasi same number lang din naman.
Exactly. So yung gaya po ng sinabi ni ma'am, no? Iko-combine lang po natin yung elements ni sets A at saka ni B. Pero kapag meron pong duplication, we will write only an element once and not twice, thrice, and so on. That's why if you combine 1, 2, 3, if you will take the union of 1, 2, 3, and 3, 4, 5, 8, you will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So ang sagot po ay letter D. Ang letter A naman po, notice nyo yung 3 is element na common sa A at saka sa B. Yung letter A option po na 3 lang yung laman, intersection po yan. Baliktad na U. Baliktad po siya. So, kung intersection po, letter A. Kung union, letter D. I hope na okay po. May katanungan po about the solution? Okay, wala naman. Thank you. 48. Oh, sorry, ito pa yun. Ito pala, no? Okay, so ito po, reiterate lang po. So letter D po. Okay. 48. Consider, I think same din po yung kanina, no? Same given. Pero yung tanong lang po is, what is C intersection D? Ito na po yung tinatanong niya, anong elements ang common sa C at saka sa D? Okay, so far there are 5 people who answered B, which is 19. So kung atin pong makikita, when we say C intersection D, it is the set of all x such that x is an element of A and x is an element of B. Dito po, requirement na dapat yung isang element ay wait lang po. Okay, C intersection D means that that particular element X should be found in both C and D. So if C is 149 and D is 13579, what elements po are found in both of them? These are
1 and 9, sir.
very good. 1 and 9, and that is letter B. Salamat po. Okay, thank you po, Sir Richard. And kay ma'am din as well. 49. A false statement implying a false statement is blank as a whole. Is it A, true, B, false, C, both true and false, or D, neither true nor false? Okay, may sumagot ng A, may sumagot ng B. Okay, hati yata tayo Or nahihiya lang siguro yung iba sa atin na sumagot. Okay, sabi niya, my answer is A, pero may nabasa ako na it's B. Okay, okay, tingnan po natin Meron po tayong tinatawag na implication statement. Yung if P here stands for that premise or your hypothesis, Q here stands for your conclusion. P implies Q, no? This is an example of what we call a conditional statement. So tingnan po ninyo, ito po, no? True implies true, true. True implies false is false po yan. False implies true is true, and false implying a false statement is actually true. Tandaan po natin yan. If we have an implication statement, if we have a conditional or an if-then statement, tandaan po natin, sa isang kondisyon lang po yan false. Kapag tama yung premise, mali ang conclusion, false po talaga yan. The rest po of the combinations or the rest po of the ways are all true. That's why the correct answer here is letter A. Because false implies false is in fact true. Parang logical naman po kasi nang kapag mali yung hypothesis mo, parang naturalmente na naman yata na magkamali ka ng conclusion most likely. So true statement po yan. Nakuha po natin? May tanong po? No question po? Okay, salamat po. So sa lahat ng sumagot ng A, wow, kayo na. But it's okay po. So, kapag mali yung sagot natin, okay lang. What's more important, participate tayo na natututo po tayo. 50. Consider X as a natural number. What is the inverse of the conditional? If X is odd, then X squared is odd. Did you go for A, B, C, or D? Converse ng isang statement. Okay, please comment po.
Sir, excuse me, yung number 45, sir, pati 50 is just the same question sa
Po?
amin.
Po?
Yung number 45 at 50, sir, pareho lang yung question dito sa amin.
Ay,
Yes
hindi po
sir.
napalitan. Ano po kaya yung sagot ninyo if ever ito po yung question? If X is odd, then X squared is odd. Saan po dito yung inverse? Okay? May sumagot ng B? Alright. Sige, discuss po natin. Kapag sinabi po nating inverse, no? Yung premise, papaligtarin po natin. Yung conclusion, babalik pa rin din po natin. Kukunin po natin yung negation ng premise, then followed by the negation of your conclusion. So if x squared is even, then x is even, contrapositive po ito. Okay? Kapag sinabi po natin contrapositive, binaliktad nyo po yung posisyon nila, yung premise, magiging conclusion, at saka yung negation nila, at saka bawat statement ay ninegate nyo. Halimbawa po ito po di ba yung conclusion niya x squared is odd? So yung kaniyang, siya ay magiging, yung negation nito ay x squared is even. So nauna po siya. If x squared is even, tapos ito naman, then x is even. Followed by the negation of your premise. Contrapositive po yan. Yung tamang sagot po ay actually B. If x is even, then x squared is even. We follow the natural order pa rin po from left to right. It's just that ninegate po natin bawat premise at conclusion. So ito yung odd na palitan ng even, itong odd na palitan din ng even. Yung letter C naman po ay actually converse. Kapag sinabi po natin converse, pinaliktad lang po natin yung posisyon ng premise at saka conclusion. Kung makikita po ninyo, dito, yung conclusion na x squared is odd, naging premise. At saka yung tawag dito, yung premise dito, naging conclusion na. Converse po yan. Letter D, I believe is the same. It's not one of them. So letter B po. But again, this is a bonus question na lang po kasi mali po yata yung pagka-copy-paste sa inyo. Okay. I hope may katanungan po tungkol sa number 50. None? Okay. 51. What is the contrapositive of the original statement? If not P, then Q. Okay, letter C daw, sabi ni Sir Chad. How about the others? Letter A, okay. Letter C din, sabi ni Ma'am Ayesa. Okay. Di ba kapag sinabi nating contrapositive, ang negation ng conclusion will be followed by the negation of the premise. So we are expecting what? A is the inverse actually. Yung B ay hindi. Letter C po yung tamang sagot. Kasi 'di ba kapag Q yung premise, yung conclusion mo, if not Q, negation niya, yan. Tapos if not P, yung negation nito ay P. That's why ito po. So indeed, letter C, no? Kasi yung letter D, converse po yan ng statement natin. Nakakalito po siya. Don't worry, we understand po. Pero hopefully na nakuha po ninyo yung essence ng solution. All right. Nakakalito, no? So feel free to search or learn more about it po, no? We have internet right now. 52. Let's go to geometry. The sum of the supplement and complement of an angle is 188 degrees. Find the angle. Is it 31, 41, 82, or 101? Okay, marami po yung sumagot. Hindi naman masyadong karamihan, no? So far, we have 3 people who commented letter B. Okay. So marami pong paraan upang isolve ito. Now, we don't know what the angle is. Let's say we let x be the angle in degrees. Diba? Kapag sinabi nating supplementary, then the sum of this angle and its supplement is 180 degrees. So if x is the angle, I let 180 minus x be the supplement of this angle. And How do we represent the complement naman po? Diba? Because when we say complementary, then the sum of these two angles is 90 degrees. So kung x po yung angle, how would we represent its complement?
90
Very
minus
good. Thank you po, Kang Ayesa. Yes, sir po?
90 minus x, sir.
Tama. So we represent the complement as well as 90 minus x. And according po sa problem natin, yung sum nila ay 188. So 180 minus x added by 90 minus x is equal to 188 degrees. Combining like terms sa left side po natin, magiging 270 minus 2x equals 188. And what I did next po, no? This 188 na nasa right side ay magiging minus 188 sa left side. So 270 minus 188 will be 82. And yung negative 2x na to na nandito sa left side, dahil nag-add tayo ng 2x both sides, magiging positive 2x po sa right side natin. So 82 equals 2x. So dividing both sides by 2 gives us x equals 41 degrees. Letter B. Wow. Okay. Let's proceed to item number 53. A chord of a circle is 8 centimeters long and 3 centimeters from the center. How long is the radius of the circle? Is it 5 cm, 10 cm, 4 square root of 6 cm, or square root of 69 cm? Wow. So far, we have 5 people who commented letter A. All right. Let's see if A is correct. Ito po actually yung drawing natin. Baka nagtataka po kayo, bakit ganyan? Diba? By the way, the figure is not drawn to scale. It says here that there's a chord. When we say chord po, it is a segment whose endpoints are any two distinct points on the circle. So ito po, this segment here is actually a chord. And according to the problem, the distance of a chord from the center is 3 cm. So ito po yun. Baka nagtataka kayo? Bakit 4 cm to? Take note that this segment, the radius and the chord here should form a right angle. And we actually have a theorem po, no? That a particular, that if you have this chord here and it forms a right angle, then this segment bisects the chord. Meaning, hinahati po nito sa dalawang equal na parts. No? That's why if this is 8, 8 divided by 2 will give you 4. So this segment is 4 cm. This segment is also 4 cm. And we don't know how long the radius is. That's why in this problem, I connected the center and this endpoint here. If you wish, you could also connect here. I just refer it here. And since this is a right angle here, then the Pythagorean theorem applies. That is, yung x na to, ito po yung hypotenuse natin. So 3 squared plus 4 squared equals x squared by the Pythagorean theorem. And also, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16 equals x squared. 9 plus 16 is 25, so 25 equals x squared. And let us take the principal square root or the positive square root only because there's no such thing as a negative length here. X here is actually plus minus 5, but we only want the positive value. So we get x equals 5, and hence the radius of your circle is 5 centimeters. Okay. I do agree with this, sir, no? The radius or diameter functions as perpendicular bisector of a chord. It could, as long as it divides the chord into two equal parts. Letter A po. 54. What do you call a triangle with all sides equal? Is it right, scalene, equilateral, or isosceles? Okay. If you answered right, sorry, it's wrong. A right triangle is a triangle with one right angle or one 90-degree angle. A scalene triangle has no pair of equal length with equal lengths, no? So magkaiba po yung lahat ng measures ng lahat ng sides. Equilateral is the correct answer. It has all three equal sides. And of course, all three equal angles, interior angles. And isosceles triangles has at least a pair of equal sides. So indeed, letter C. Thank you. 55. What is the circumference in units of a circle with area of 4 pi square units? Is it 8 pi, 6 pi, 4 pi, or 2 pi? All right. Yes po, this meeting will be posted po. This is the video. Okay, we have letter C. All right, let's see if C is correct. So the formula for the area of a circle is pi r squared. And so knowing that the area is given to be 4 pi, so pi r squared equals 4 pi. Dividing both sides by pi gives r squared equals 4. And taking the positive or principal square root both sides, it follows that the radius has a length of 2 units. And I hope we are familiar with the formula of the circumference, no? Which is 2 pi r. And with radius equals 2, so that C equals 2 pi times 2, which is 4 pi units. Letter C. Great job po. Next number. A circle is divided into arcs in the ratio 3:4:5. How many degrees is the largest arc? Is it 110, 140, 150, or 160? Kapag sinabi po nating arc, no, it is a portion of the circumference of a circle which is bounded by 2 points. And tandaan po natin that a circle is 360 degrees. So one revolution is 360 degrees. So the arcs, if you have 3 arcs, then their sum should be 360 degrees as well. But since they are in the ratio 3:4:5, it follows that meron po tayong 3 plus 4 plus 5 or 12 parts in all. And the largest arc, but before that, no, so 360 divided by 12 means that there is 30 degrees per part, no? But the largest arc, the largest part po natin is composed of 5 parts. So this arc has 5 times 30 degrees, which is 150 degrees. Letter C. And I do agree as well, no, with Sir Chad. That is the formula for arc length, sir. Arc length po na formula yung na-post po ninyo. Thank you. So yung mahalaga po dito is kukunin mo lang yung 5/12 or 5/12 times 150 po. May tanong po? Okay, wala yatang tanong. Okay. Okay, thank you. 57. A single location in space is called is it a line, a point, a plane, or a ray? Okay. I believe marami pong nakakuha nito. If you answered point, you are actually correct. Because point, no, it's an undefined term. It has no dimension, it has no length, no width, no height, and it's just an indicator of location in space. Yung location naman, yung line naman po has infinite length, but no width or thickness. Plane has infinite length and width, but no thickness or height. Whereas array is just a subset of your line and has only one endpoint. And one part goes on to infinity. 58. Which of the following sets of interior angle measures would describe an isosceles right triangle? Is it A, B, C, or D? When we say right triangle, dapat meron siyang 90 degrees. So we are sure po that letters C and D are wrong because C and D do not contain 90 degrees. With such, actually letter A po yung tamang sagot. So congrats po sa lahat ng sumagot ng A. 90, 60, 60 is not a triangle in the Euclidean plane or flat surface. Bakit? Yung triangle kasi na nasa Euclidean plane or flat surface, dapat should have a sum of all the interior angles should sum up to 180 degrees. The fact that 90 plus 60 plus 60 is not 180 degrees. So therefore, sure po tayo na mali ito. And of course, C and D are wrong. So A is correct. All right. 59. How many line or lines can pass through two distinct points? Is it 1, 2, none, or infinitely many? Meron lang dalawang points. Ilang line lang ba can pass through them? Okay. Actually, it's in fact something that's postulated. 2 points are contained in exactly one line lang po. And if ever you will try to draw other lines, then surely it's just a line that's overlapping with that with the given line. So 2 points determine only one line, letter A. And lastly, 2 angles are supplementary. If one of the angles is 13 degrees, what is the measure of the other angle? Is it 47 degrees, 77 degrees, 167 degrees, or 200 degrees? Okay. Kapag sinabi po nating supplementary angles, ano po yung sum ng dalawang angles na to? Ilang degrees po? Very good. It's actually 180 degrees, no? But, sir, it doesn't follow na kapag supplementary po sila, they form a linear pair, ha? Be careful po tayo. Kung linear pair po sila, it's understood now supplementary po sila or they add up to 180. However, it doesn't mean na kapag nag-add up sila sa 180, linear pair sila. It doesn't follow po. Because 2 angles could add up to 180 even though they are not forming a linear pair. Because when we say linear pair, these are supplementary angles that have a common ray. So pwede pong wala silang common ray, pero nag-add up po sila sa 180. So all linear pairs are supplementary angles, but not all supplementary angles form a linear pair. So clarification lang po. Careful po tayo. So dahil 180 po yung sum nila, that's why 180 minus 13 degrees, that gives us 167 degrees, letter C. I hope that you understood the discussion for today. And with that, I hope you got high scores. Noted po. Don't worry po, sir. No, it's a good learning experience for all of us. Thank you. With that, thank you very much and a great day to one and all.